All right, I just want to introduce my boy Daniel. He is my boy Caleb right here. He's from Oklahoma.
No, Alabama.
Alabama. I'm sorry. It's the same. So I'm going to start my walks up. You're going to see it. But this is my boy Daniel. I'm trying to hook him up with girls in the Philippines.
Oh.
He's single. He's very much single. He's about to get out, but he's one of my boy here in the lab. So check it out.
Talking me up.
All right, so I start pouring up these impressions. All right, so now I'm putting the base. I think I putting up the base for the impressions. Okay, so just trying to make sure that I have a good. I use this technique like just to get a good thickness for my base. So okay, so I inverted it, put it in there. That's my upper impression that I just pour up. All right, so okay, I'm trying to level it, make sure I take out all the excess, trying to like put on the sides. Okay, now okay, these video is reversed, so okay. All right, so I'm pouring up the impressions. I slowly putting on the back, putting on the posterior, like the stone, making sure I'm watching everything is flowing into the teeth, making sure I get everything, using vibration. I'm vibrating it, I'm using the silky rock stone. So it's a was it type 4? It's a type 4 stone. So make sure I have a good type 4 silky rock stone. All right, make sure I get everything covered, everything. Now put the base, and make sure that I put it inverted. Make sure I have a good thickness of base. In case I had a nice thickness of base, now I'm going to like plush it into the impressions. Make sure I have a good base. All right, make sure I get everything covered. I usually put like on the lingual. I don't put a lot on the lingual, so I don't need to trim it. So, but on the back, I'll always make sure that I have a good like in the back of the. Okay, here you go. Here's the pour up impression. So I put on set. Now I waited, and now it's set. So now it's set, so I need to unscrew. I'm trying to unscrew it, take it out before I take out my impression. I'm loosening the screws. All right, so I'm trying to make sure that it's loosened, because sometimes when you forget to unloosen it, you can break the cast or break the like the analogs. All right, so now I'm ready to take it off. I'm trying to hit it on the side. Just make sure I'm relieving the sides. Make sure I get everything, free. I'm very slowly taking it out. So I'm starting with my upper. All right, so now right, slowly taking it out. Okay, very carefully taking it out. All right, now I can take it up. I'm using the buffalo knife just to hit on the sides. Now I slowly like taking it out. All right, frying it out. There you go. Voila. So that is the gingival masking. Gingival masking is still a touch. I have. Okay, now this is the lower. I did the same thing for the lower. Here you go. So about half the impressions. Now I'm ready to trim it and prepare for the wax up. But right now I'm just showing this process just to make sure that I cover from start to the beginning. Now I did trim it. I did articulate it. Now I'm trying to fit in the abutment copings. So now I'm putting in the abutments, UCLA abutments, I guess. All right, so I start marking. I mark the so I mark where I'm going to cut it. So like it's like less above, I think, less above the occlusal like height of the teeth. So I'm using the high speed, trying to cut it, trying to level it. I'm trying to do a little bit 45-degree angle, so it's like I'm trying to mimic the planes or angulations of the teeth. So it's like I'm trying to visualize that when I wax it up to a full contour, I can see how much is my reduction, but I kind of reduce it a little bit lower than that, just to so when I do my cut back, I can see it. All right, so I put my markings where I'm gonna cut. All right, so did the same thing. All right, so I cut it. Try to do a little bit 45-degree angles. All right, trying to cut it, visualizing it where I'm going to put my my wax up. Okay. Again, using my high speed. I use the diamond, the football diamond for my high speed. All right, so ready. Like I get the I mark the facial surface as well, just to make sure that I always have the same like you'll see it's I always mark it on the facial, just to make sure that I know which one is the facial and which one is the lingual. So I'll do the same thing for the other lower. I'll put the markings. I mark for the height, and then I mark for the identification. So identification for for facial, I always put markings in there just to make sure every time I take out my copings, I know where I'm going to put it back. So I always put that mark. All right, so I'm using the same tools again. I'm using my high speed just to cut my my occlusal height. All right, so I'm doing the same thing, cutting it. All right, checking it out, checking for the occlusal. Okay, now I got it. All right, so almost there. Now I'm going to do the other side. I cut a little bit sometimes, so I'll put the angulation a little bit sometimes when I put it in there. All right, just like to trim it to smoothen a little bit. All right, so again, so the markings for the that I put is to make sure that I know where's the facial, and the center of it is where I'm going to put my insertion. So I know where I'm going to put it back. So that marking helps me to identify where I'm going to put back the copings. All right, so every time I take it out, okay, so I'll do the same thing. I'm going to clean it using my knife, taking it out, okay, and get everything. Again, the markings is for my identification, so I can put it back. I can put in and out of the copings, and I can put it back. Now I'm doing the other one. I'm doing the last one, doing the same thing. So it's the same process. Cut it, put it, there you go. So I do the same thing. All right, so thank you for watching, and there's more video to follow. Like the wax up will be next. This is just the you know, like preparation before wax up. And again, please like and subscribe if you like this video. Okay, and thank you very much. I'll do the same thing. I'll mark it, the facial or the buccal surface, just to make sure I have it. All right, all right. God bless. God bless.